Good morning. What is up? So right now we're going to continue our videos on personal growth. So today's letter is going to be the letter N. N, 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 N. So today's letter N is going to represent your network. Who are you hanging out with? That's a very important question. You need to ask yourself, who am I hanging out with? Who are the people around me? Are they for me, with me, or against me? The network. The people who you are hanging with, are they building you up, breaking you down, or what? If your network is for guys who are just comedians, you're probably the fifth one. If there are four people around you who are always broke, you're probably the fifth one. Because your network is pretty much who you hang out with a lot. If you have people who are very ambitious and things that they want to do in life, then guess what? If there are four of them in there, you're probably the fifth one. People are there just to help each other. The network is important to really evaluate who you're hanging out with. I remember when I was very young, I was hanging out in the streets. It wasn't like I really wanted to, but it was summertime. I was a young kid, maybe early younger, maybe 12, 11, 10, 9, something like that. So I'm out there hanging around in the summertime in Edenwald Projects. That's where I grew up at. So I'm where my friends hanging out, my network. I want to be down with this network. And at such a young age, I try to want to be accepted by people. So what did I do? Hang out with them. In this particular summer day, I wanted to be so rebellious against everything, and I did. So in the environment I was in the neighborhood I was in, there's a specific time when the lights go off. When it becomes night, the lights go on in the street lights, you want to call it. And guess what happens? That's the time to go home. But in my case, it was like 7:30 or something like that, maybe 8. I decided not to. So from 8, went down to 9 o'clock at night, 10 o'clock at night. My mother has a specific whistle that when you heard that whistle, you know it's time to go upstairs. For those who might know, you know what I'm talking about. Then it went on, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. Do you know where your kids are? If you guys know what that means. 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock. We're going to have some problems here. So I'm hanging out with these, my network, 12 kids. And we went to the roof of the top building where I lived at, 14 floors, the very top. And that's the first time I actually had my experience with drinking beer. Yes, I said it. Very young age, and as I'm there, they say, hey man, let's all drink from the same bottle. Never thought about that logic until now. But here it is. My network. I did it. I drank. We all drank. 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning. There is a plane. And next thing you know, my mother finally found me in the front of the building. I mean, it was a summertime, everyone's out and about. And finally, she saw me with, my brother was there. She had a little bat. So in this little bat here, she asked me a question. She said, did they make you do it or did you want to do it? Let's see. I said, they made me do it. And she beat me and beat me and stopped and beat me again. All the way to the corner store. At that time, she used to smoke. Got her little Lucy, came back out, resumed, boop, 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 until I came back to the house and I was punished. That changed my life, literally. That was one of the major pivots in my life, and I did. And guess what happened? As I pivot, things start to change. Then I said, this is not the lifestyle I need to be in. I grew up very, very young, very fast. And eventually, guess what? I stopped hanging out with that network. As time went on, I needed to find something else to do. And that's where I slowly but surely I get into the boxing life. Then I started to join another network of people. And this happens quite often, all the time. And I was able to make some adjustments in my life. And I did. Make sure I don't get hit by a car. So, what's the whole point? The point of the story is the people you are around with, and those people, I'm gonna be very honest, those people, they did some hard time. You know, drugs. That was the environment I grew up in. So, my network, I really need to change that network because I know my self-worth. See, there's three components. First is your self-worth, your network, and your net worth. Whether you're gonna have money or not, based on who you hang out with. If you hang out with millionaires, you gotta learn some tips, some secrets. If you hang out with, fortunately, broke people, you're gonna be broke too, because you don't know the formulas. But I'm here to help. I'm here to help that you will become a tool to society. There's a reason why you're in this life right now, to help others. But your network is important. I want you to be able to know your network, evaluate your network, find out the people you're around. Are they really for you? I've been backstabbed so many times with my peoples or people in my life. If you've probably experienced that, make a comment. And you start to learn, and eventually you start to become solo, but at the same time, being wise is one thing. The other part is to not get into the same mistakes that you did before. But I just wanted to just cover your network, and I know I keep saying the word network because it's important on the people you hang out with. Are they for you or are they against you? They can have a smile on your face and be sincere, or they can be deceptive. So keep that in mind as I continue the personal growth, is find out who you hang out with. Do I need to hang out with other people? Or even the people I hang out with might be smaller, group 2 to 3, but these people are solid. They got your back. All right, so until then, the next lesson, have a good one. Bye.